You offered us the best odds. We have the last girl.
Please don't say that. I'm not that good. It was pure luck.
No, you are awesome. You struck away a knife with a branch and took the murderer's life with his own weapon. I can't be wrong with your part to play here. You are the last girl. I should have noticed this earlier. You are gentle, simple, and kind-hearted enough to put yourself in danger to save others. No one is more suitable for this role than you. This is your part. Good. From now on, I will stay right next to you because where you are is always going to be the safe place.
Jennifer?
Blondie, I need to remind you that the character who relies on others always leads to a miserable end.
Get lost. Have you ever wondered why people dislike you? Anne, promise me you will keep me safe with this special power of yours.
This is good. Blondie seems to be more relaxed now. She smiles a lot more as well.
She's changing. Not bad.
Miss Tooth Fairy, please take a look at this.
A piece of moss, with mud and a sour and earthy smell. It smells the same as the key. I found this smell in that car, as well as on the sofa in the cabin. Where did you get this?
There's a special area near the woods, where the temperature and humidity levels are higher, so mosses are ubiquitous.
Any signs of artificial cultivation?
I'm not sure. This place has been deserted for so long. We haven't found any trace of human activities.
This is a potion. Like most moss-made potions, it paralyzes the central neural system of humans. The subject will become impulsive, confused, and mad. They permeated the whole campsite with the rain, taking away the sanity from Jason, Freddy, and Michael, like what would happen in a horror movie.
No surprise. Ordinary people would never behave as foolish as the main characters in a horror movie. It's said that a similar smell was also found on the Xeno Youth Force. Were they controlled by the moss here?
Yes, the changes of personality can be one of the effects of the moss.
So the moss not only affects humans, it also works on arcanists. What about us? Why haven't we been affected?
Time. It takes time. Humans perceive the world through the use of reason. They are the creature of logic and senses. However, they soon lose their sanity when they meet insanity. Arcanists are not the same. We were born with chaotic, mixed emotions. Our innate sensitivity to feelings and potion resistance are stronger. The Xeno Youth Force stayed here for an adequately long period to be contaminated. It will also affect us when the time comes.
Perhaps we have lost our minds without realizing it. Ooh, what are these? They look appealing. Why hasn't anyone told me about them?
I found them in the attic. These tiny and exquisite items have a lot to dig into. Pity, I still haven't found a tooth.
Look, they're trying to solve the problem, yet we can do nothing but fiddle around. Maybe I should have worked harder in college, so that I can at least understand a thing or two from the conversations.
Don't worry, Jennifer. I don't understand any of what they said either. You are not alone. I'm here with you.
I'm not like you. You literally don't know anything. I remember when we first met, you asked if everything I had on me. You grew up here, in a small town in the middle of nowhere. It is only normal that you don't know anything about the outside world. But I'm different. I've been to big cities, I've gone to college, I've read books, I pretended to be well adapted to this lifestyle. But in fact, I'm still ignorant, knowing nothing but empty pleasures. My hair color gives away who I am. I'm a silly blondie.
Don't speak of yourself like this, Jennifer. You're not silly. You're smart. You make your own movie with the script you wrote by yourself. You're pretty and kind, and you're the best person I've ever known. Please don't hate yourself.
Fine, I get it. But can you let go of my hand first? You're hurting me a bit.
Oh, sorry. Are you going to be okay? Shall I get you some ointment for these red areas on your hand?
You're funny. I'm not some glass doll that breaks for being held too tightly. I can barely breathe. You were great fun.
You're smiling. Did I make you happy? This is good.
Don't you find me weird? My attitude changes so rapidly. I've been mean to you for a long time, and all of a sudden I start to follow you around and try to use you to survive from this.
Weird? What's so bad about that? Even if you're weird, it's a good kind of weird. I like you staying by my side.
Even if I'm a benefit-driven fence sitter who immediately embraced Arcanist after being ditched by my human friends?
Jason and Michael shouldn't hate you if they knew you better.
You seem to really like me. You would jump off the car to rescue me. You protect me, praise me. You would even be happy because I was happy.
Because I've never seen anyone as pretty as you are. You're special. You're different to the rest of us.
Oh, stop. I'll not be embarrassed for these nice things you said about me. I've heard enough of them throughout my entire life. Listen, I'm very sorry for mistreating you, and I'm grateful that you came to save me. I will reward you with a secret. My secret. Do you want to hear it?
Absolutely. I'd love to.
In fact, I don't hate horror movies.
This is the diary I found in the attic. There were many other things, like a full warehouse.
I actually liked them a lot when I was a kid. I spent most of my time here, in Green Lake Campsite, writing my own horror movie scripts on paper.
The handwriting is pretty childish, so the writer might be around 8 to 13 years old. Some of the narratives are straightforward, but the story itself is very creative.
But later, we moved to another town. My parents earned great success in business, and we moved into a high-profile community where only humans are allowed. We were also given privileges that Arcanists cannot enjoy. It was then I realized nobody wants me to be an Arcanist.
It was since that day the diary stopped updating. It might be forgotten or taken away. The story ended there.
That's why I decided to break off my connections with Arcanists and stop showing interest in emotive things like horror movies in order to hide the arcanist side of me. I took out my energy on other things which may ease my mind, like soap operas, new clothes, fashions. People like me this way. They said this is what I'm supposed to do. They believed I'm a dumb bimbo, believed that I hate books. I led a life they want me to have, till I graduated from high school.
I don't like these people. You shouldn't have been put through this. You are the smartest person I've ever known. If one day I run into them, I will pull their noses and mouths off. Like this.
A wonderful idea. I wish I was as creative as you are. So, in the end, I attacked one of the jerks who didn't watch his mouth at the prom. I slapped him in the face and smashed 4 sandwiches and a salad on his head. Then, feeling resentful for what had happened, I applied for a degree in filmmaking, a course which was considered to be ill-fitted to me, and next I start shooting horror movies for an assignment I have to finish. Deep down inside, I think I have never really given them up. I've probably never stopped loving them.
Keep on shooting. I will buy you a new camera.
Hello? Have you been eavesdropping? Where's your manners?
Actually, I heard them all as well.
So did I.
We are in the same room. You can talk, we can hear, and the air helps. That's it.
Well, we are all here, paying attention to your voices. We heard everything you just said. I think this is yours. Now I should hand it back to you.
Where did you find it? I haven't seen this for a really long time. I used to do some arcanist tricks with it, but I have lost control over my power since I threw it into the achoo! Aren't you guys cold? How come it's so chilly? That ring. Wasn't it on my finger a minute ago?
Watch out. Something is approaching.
Let the overture begin. Saxophones end.
Hooray.
Saxophones end. A bandura?
Regaining
As you
control
wish.
of our bodies.
I dedicate this song to you. Listen up.
Calm down.
How troublesome. It could be found. Given that
To the left.
home is a bubble. You a rational member?
Take a deep breath. Fine.
Victory? Okay.
How many more dead men were buried here? I've had enough. Can't we just get rid of that dead woman? She's approaching. This is a good chance to... Ugh, she smells like a skunk in the sewer.
Bonnie! The ghost bride took her down. We need to help her. Not good. The critters are coming around again.
Hey, Blondie! If you want to survive, leave that ring alone!
Hell, you think I wanted this? This crazy woman ghost put it on me! Get off! Get off!
Damn! The Whimper can summon more critters! They are going out from the ground!
What they need is a song.
This is Miss Tooth Fairy singing. Miss Tooth Fairy, behind you!
Jeez, what on earth is that?
What is it, do you think? Of course! A good surprise! Huh. I didn't know I was a talented driver. Once we get out of here, I'm gonna get myself a driver's license.
Within 30 seconds, you crashed over every critter in our sight. I don't think you were qualified to be a driver. No, that's not the point. Where did you get the car?
Pink lines. This is drawn with an oil paint pen. This is her arcane skill. Your arcane skill restored pretty fast. Seems like you've accepted your identity.
Maybe that, or maybe because I retrieved this diary. I feel something has changed inside me, making me a bit hyped.
A good try. Please keep up with the feeling.
That song you just sang, can I take it as a gift?
You mean?
Well, you still owe me a song. Please, I want a song from you.
Sure, take it as a gift. For making progress in life, and for your courage to embrace who you truly are.
Thanks. This is my handkerchief. Take it, wipe your face. Ah!
Did you just get a bit woozy from putting up a big scene to the rescue?
I didn't.
Okay, yeah,
What are you doing?
I know the rules of social courtesy. You just saved my life, so I won't embarrass you by telling others you just overestimated your ability. If you are willing to take advice from me, I would say don't overburden yourself. There's a note hidden inside, just like the one found in the butcher's corpse.
Someone is passing messages to us through these notes. If we defeat more monsters, we will get a clearer picture of what's happened at Green Lake Campsite.
This is the all-time favorite trick of the plotter. He takes the whole situation under control, playfully teases the innocent participants like us, through which he gains a special sense of fulfillment. but we have our means to cope with it. The ring brought us a putrefied ghost bride. Then we got the book, the pill box, the weird samples. Every item from the attic comes from a monster we just confronted. Touching the forbidden and the misfortune will befall you. We can find stories of this kind in many civilizations. But what if we used to fight back?
Not to wait for the monsters, but summon them to us.
Exactly! If you want, we can select which ones to summon first. If you carefully look into each of these, you will find that these items have a lot to tell us. If we plan their arrivals and predict their weaknesses in advance, victory will absolutely be ours.
A risky strategy, but could be equally beneficial. However we decide to do this, it's always better to take action before our enemy does.
Horopedia, how likely is it for you to get their weaknesses right?
Almost 100%. If one Horopedia is not enough, we have one more creative Miss Horopedia here as backup.
You can't be talking about me.
Of course you! You're erudite and experienced in horror movies. Relax! You deserve the title of Horopedia.
Does he always vex people like this? Or is he just being annoying here?
Mr. Horopedia is not a bad person. He's just a bit unconventional.
There's no doubt this is the craziest carnival ever. The delirious fog, the attic filled with curses, the rainy night and the countless monsters. I praise you, my beloved cabin in the woods!
It seems you're ready.
Shall I ask the enemy for their tactics?
Greetings.
I bet you this sneezing critter specimen has been standing here for over 100 years. Ew! It's just like...
Like what?
Oh, never mind. My dad had a business partner, an old money, you know, who had a real wonder room in his mansion. I was 7 back then. His son wanted to show me his so-called masculinity and took me to see his great-grandpa's collections. He thought I would be screaming when I saw the freaky two-headed snake specimen, but he didn't know that I was a freak myself.
We are the people who live between the world of humans and arcanists. These things happen. I can imagine that.
Anyway, at least I got to point out that his teeth were chattering and that made him cry. That was fun. Totally worth the scolding from my father. Think of it that way. It's not that bad to be a freak. Who knows? Maybe.
I'm glad you say so. Watch out, they're coming.
I hear something. Saxophones and... a bandura?
Agreed. Agents have guns. It's called common sense.
Please enjoy.
Trust me, it won't hurt.
Put that aside. Tell us the story you wrote about that specimen. You must have written one about it, right?
I would like to hear it too. I'm sure it will be interesting.
Seriously? It's written by a 7-year-old girl. Maybe someday I'll make it a film. Those losers who want to brag about their masculinity in front of girls will wet their pants in the theater. Before that, someone get that note out of those things. For the record, I won't lay a single finger on it.
Watch your fingers, Miss Burton. A rusted knife is even more dangerous.
Thanks for noticing, Miss Tooth Fairy. If this thing has something to do with the butcher, we may predict his weakness through it.
You're getting better and better at this, Burton. A simple logical deduction plus some movie knowledge. Bang!
Do you have saxophones and Abendura, my next performance, Bubbles Bursting.
Have I startled you?
Listen to the melodies of wind and waves.
Oh, my dear GS003 Silver Bullet, I will give you a kiss. By the way, did I mention that it actually doesn't include any silver? I barely had any chances to test it. You know, no field missions, let alone a real spiritual body to be my lab rat. I could only analyze their information, predict their action patterns, and ask for a little help from Laplace. Look how my bullets penetrate those ghost critters' heads just now.
You do know that nobody gives a rat's ass about your bang-bang ghost shooting lecture, right?
After watching a film, haven't you had that what if I were the heroine fantasy? Hey, be honest with yourself. You know you love them. Here, Burton, another note. Take it.
The zombie bridegrooms. We've dealt with them.
And their stinky smell. One more time? I've had enough.
Be patient, Blondie. You can always run over them with your vehicle.
We're getting closer to the truth. Stay alert, everyone. I don't want to bring my medical kits out at this moment.
I hope you like a splash of red.
Saxophones and Abendura,
Close your eyes.
as you wish.
It will all be over soon.
Listen up.
Get away from me. Agreed.
Whose heart is beating so loud?
That was certainly a trust me. It won't hurt.
Agents have guns. It's called common sense.
A little surprise. Keep going. For our dream, comrade.
Good. This should be the last note.
Burton, these are all the notes we can find in the backyard. I just checked on Jennifer and Sonetto. They're still looking for more, but this shouldn't take them much longer.
Thank you for your update.
Except that... Burton, can I ask you a question?
Sure, please.
Do you have any wishes? Big ones, small ones, hilarious ones, or sincere ones? Any wishes?
Me? I think... I currently don't have any wishes.
Not even for the most trivial things? Like candies, a good rest, or a soft bed?
My life is good enough without them. You look pretty shocked. Have they all told you what they want?
Yes. Jennifer wants a soft bed and a hot tub. Mr. Horrorpedia wants a cup of coffee or a gum. Miss Tooth Fairy wants a collection of critter teeth. And Sonetto,
Yeah?
she wants a toffee. She said she wants to taste it properly this time, for she has never really paid attention to the flavor.
Once we get out of here, their wishes will soon come true. How about you, Anne? What do you wish to get?
Me. It is a secret. I can't tell you now, but I will get you some presents. I don't have many friends, and I really like you.
Great! Timekeeper and Anne! You're here! We have found every piece of information we can. We can start cross-examining them any minute. I get it. Let's go back.
Have you noticed?
Noticed what?
but the rain has stopped.
That's right. This is where all the stories are leading to. Huh. Jack the Drowner, the monster crying under the water, and the bride sinking into a glistening mirror. Here must be the center of all that happened. This is where the ghost stories we encountered at the campsite were created. And now they have led us here. What we need to do next is find the clues hidden here and let the clues build our story. What's wrong, Blondie?
When we arrived here, was there... Was there a lighthouse?
Huh? I think it just showed up out of nowhere, like a ghostly figure appearing behind you. A lighthouse in the lake. A lighthouse.
Is the lighthouse in the lake also a classic element in horror stories?
Well, not quite. But it can be a good place for horror stories. In the middle of a huge, gloomy lake, a lighthouse stands there like the fang in a monster's mouth. You can't find any place better than this to hide a horrifying secret. And there's even a boat here. You should know that a campsite horror movie couldn't exist without a little boat.
You're just not afraid of being killed, are you? What if it turns over? What if there's a lake monster? We might be putting ourselves into its mouth like serving it a plate of dessert.
To be fair, it makes no difference whether we are on the shore or in the boat. We're just cakes and different plates to it. If it does exist. If I were the lake monster, between the cake running away from me and the cake which willingly comes to me, I would give the latter one a better ending.
All right. If I have to be eaten like a cake, I prefer to be the cake that has more control over its death.
Get into the boat then. Let's head to the lighthouse.
Huh, a normal lighthouse. Not even a bloody handprint is found here. Well, I'll be damned.
The reality is not as sensational as the stories. Just like the permanent teeth loss can't rival the latest and most frightening curse for excitement.
This is not just an ordinary place to me. I've never seen this before. I used to come here every day, reading novels by the lake, but I've never seen a lighthouse here. It just shows up like a ghost, followed by a series of mysterious, horrific events.
Timekeeper? Please, come and take a look at this.
This is...
The man behind the scene is much simpler than I thought. Maybe he really is a child. Like those evil kids in the movies. Despite their evil nature, they can only perform the evil deeds through simple means. Are we really going to open it?
We'll have to open it, according to the note.
I am saying this is obviously a curse. A lighthouse, a strange lake, a fishing net in a wooden box. Rub it 3 times, blow and unveil it. What comes out of it is definitely not a genie offering us 3 wishes.
We have dealt with more curses in the past 2 hours than many people do in their entire life. If it is a curse, then it is a curse prepared for us.
Today, I'm going to read you The Frightening Hunter. I wrote it yesterday. Read it! This is the story of a hunter. The hunter is tall and muscly and of great frame. He can twist steel rebar with his bare hands, and no one can lift his arms up by a hair's thickness and escape from him. The hunter lives in the campsite, deep in the woods. He would slaughter every living thing that breaks into his territory. One day, a group of college students came into the forest. They enjoyed their time there, drinking and dancing. When it comes to the night, The strongest of them disappeared.
Oh! Where did he go?
The hunter killed him! He hung the boy's head on the tree and turned to the girl with the blonde hair.
Oh!
She also soon breathed her last breath. The third victim is the clumsy short guy, followed by the nerdy tall guy. At last, the hunter came up to our protagonist, the kind, naive girl.
That was the first story she ever told me. An intriguing, interesting story.
This is the story of Jessica.
How nice, you're here again. It's been a month since you last showed up here.
Just like the character we've seen in the movies, she's a kind, introvert, virtuous girl. The friends of hers took her to a beautiful campsite next to a lovely lake. This would be the perfect place for a swimsuit party.
You've grown taller. Can you get up so I can see better?
What they didn't know is that deep in the water, a defeated, evil army is in hiding.
Why are you frowning?
Countless demonic war beasts were roaring relentlessly to be unleashed, and an evil plan has been hatched. A massacre was about to take place.
What can I do to make you feel better, Jennifer?
Yes, a nightmare indeed. Jessica ran as fast as she could, kept pushing herself to go faster and faster until her ankles could not support one more sprint and she rolled into a muddy pond. The monster with dark fur and a bloody mouth was right behind her. Then...
Are you crying? Jennifer?
Jennifer! We gotta go! Where are you?
Oh no! It's Mom! I'm here! I'm here!
Yes. So you are crying, Jennifer?
Oh.
Aren't you taking the notebook with you? Why are you throwing it into the lake?
I really like this place, but I'll probably never come back here again. I gotta go. See you, Jessica.
Okay. See you, Jennifer. That was the last story she told. I didn't understand what she meant by see you, for she has never actually seen me. After that, I also haven't seen her for a long time. Feels like for ages. I went through every corner of the campsite and collected every item I could possibly find, making stories out of them, one after another. But who is there to tell? There's no one in the woods anymore. At first, I spent my days with my furry friends. They were my loyal listeners, and I taught them how to act and behave like the monsters in the stories. We played the stories one after another. It was great fun. But the stories got old. No exceptions. This is when those young people came into the woods, like the protagonist in our stories. They arrived with their friends, and each of them have different relationships with one another. We had a good time, but I would think about Jennifer a lot. When I started to believe that I will never see her again, she's back. She came back with many people who I have never met before, as well as a camera that I have never seen. She was here to make a movie, which is a word I used to hear a lot from her. I understand it to be kind of a story that could be stored in a box. I'm glad that she's still passionate about horror movies, like what I have been feeling in all these years. They were short of one actress, and I know what that word means. A brilliant idea came to my mind. I joined them. I was like the monster in the stories that hides in the group. She will be so surprised when she finds out what I did. However, an accident happened. There were other people in the forest. Oh, misfortune. What a misfortune. Jennifer was upset. She got into a fight with a strange man. I called upon the rain, bringing these people into my story too. They accomplished a good story. The man who knows a lot about horror movies. The woman who is always calm. The woman who seems strange. And the woman who smells like a puppy. They are all very interesting people. I think I start to like them. They are different to the people I met before who always cried and fainted very quickly, not long after my story started. They are interesting and of great fun. So I want to tell them the truth and make friends with them. I have to let them know about this. That... my real name was never Anne. It's Jessica. This is the last surprise I prepared for you. Now, enjoy!
She jumped! Blondie! Watch out for the critters!
Let the overture begin. Saxophones and whose heart is beating so loud? Do you have any? My next performance, Bubbles Bursting. Radio waves are everywhere. I dedicate this song to you. Agreed. Saxophone. Do you have any requests? Our path will burn. Please enjoy.
I hope you like a splash of red.
Saxophones and a bandura?
Close your eyes.
As you wish.
It will all be over soon. A little surprise.
Listen up.
Look away from me. Agreed. That was certainly a Our victory comes in a tide of blood.
My next performance, Bubbles Bursting.
Have I startled you?